Your relationships are not meant to feel like you're going at war with another person. If they do, it means that you're stuck in this cycle. One minute you're the one getting hurt. They did this to me. The next, you're the one who's reacting and causing harm back in return. And then there you are trying to fix it because now you're feeling all bad and guilty and ashamed of what happened. This is what's known as the drama triangle. And until you see this triangular cycle, you keep believing that this is just how relationships are meant to be. I mean, watch any rom-com and you'll see the drama triangle playing out all the time. Watch any action movie, you'll see the drama triangle playing out. One person is the bad guy, one person is the rescuer, and one person is the victim. That's the drama triangle. This can be really obvious when you're in a gossip triangle, family gossip. Did you know what they said to this person? Oh my God. And then can you believe what happened there? Oh, I know. I can't believe they did that to that person. How could they do that? You should go in and make that better for that person. That's a triangle. That's a drama triangle right there. Super simple. Or it can be in your mind. You can go, oh, that person gave me such a bad look. I can't believe they looked at me that way. Oh, if this person would just come along and tell me that I'm beautiful, then I'll know that that person is wrong. So in that example, I'm making myself the victim by thinking something about someone else and hoping that someone's going to make it better for me. We do it all the time, all the time. And I giggle at it because it's these types of patterns that are actually, we have to laugh at them. Like, let's laugh at them because it's the way that the world is. And then let's play with them and shift them. So the way that we shift them is we really want to identify these three patterns. We have the victim, we have the persecutor, and we have the rescuer. And you will bounce around between all three of these. And in this bouncing around, it becomes this loop that loop-de-loops again and again and again. And it loops because no one is taking responsibility for their experience. That's why the loop happens. Because if someone just took responsibility for their experience, the loop would stop. So let's talk about the victims, the victim in this triangle. So victims will often feel victimized, trapped, helpless, and hopeless, right? In the last video, we mentioned this. It's all the inner child. It's all the inner child happening there. And they think that they're at the mercy of life, that there's no way that they could change anything, and they can't take any responsibility for making any change. And mostly because they don't believe they have the power to do that. And this is simply because it's the inner child, because when you were a child, you couldn't take responsibility. You didn't have the power. That was your mom and dad's job. When you're in a victim state, you will assume yourself as powerless and incompetent. And as the victim, you will tend to blame the persecutor and look for a rescuer to save you. You will not make decisions that are for your own true sovereign good, and you will be adverse to solving any problems yourself. Now, this is a very extreme example, okay, or a description, but it's very true. When we are in victim, we feel helpless and hopeless. Now, the persecutors are sometimes described like a critical parent who are very strict and very firm and very boundaried, not in a loving way, in a very strict, uncompassionate way. And they tend to have this belief that they have to win. Everything is about them winning, whatever that might be. Persecutors will blame the victims and criticize the behavior of the rescuers. They are very critical and very good at finding fault with a situation. And they control, when you're in a persecutor space, you control through rigidity and order. It's my way or the highway, basically. and can often be seen as the bully to the victims. Now, the rescuer, on the other hand, will constantly intervene on behalf of the victim, and they will try to save them from perceived harm. And then they will feel guilty if they step back. They will think that it is their responsibility to fix everything that's going on for the victim. Now, the rescuer often has good intention and will strive to help, but what happens is they fail to realize that their external short-term fixes actually keep victims dependent on outside resources, when what we're really up to here is starting to reclaim our power internally. And so, in order to reclaim power, people have to take self responsibility. When rescuers continue to help and overgive, they will often feel pressured, tired, and resentful, and won't have time to take care of themselves. We all move in and out of all three of these regularly. When you complain about your partner doing X, and you're talking to someone else about that, you place yourself as victim. When you criticize your partner for doing something, you place yourself as persecutor. And when you try to help your partner from a place of discomfort because you think that they're not going to be able to do it on their own, you place yourself as rescuer. This is like a hot potato of anxiety that we just keep passing around and around and around. And it keeps us stuck because it starts to feel very familiar. It's just normal. I mean, it's normal. You see it everywhere. This is how we've been taught that life is meant to be, is in this drama triangle. So in the next video, we're going to talk about how you get emotionally addicted to these roles, because that's the next step of how to get yourself out of the drama triangle.